We ain't going anywhere. We right here. What's going on, people? Back at it again. Hey, gotta get it together. Shout out to Boss Lady Denise. She's about to start something to where about to start working out. And I'm gonna try my best to get over there and get in that, get on the live with everybody because I do need to work out. I need to uh go ahead and take action. And I be doing my little workout here and there. I be cutting back on my food. Like yesterday was a cheat day. I grilled, but you know, um, shout out to everybody that's popping in here. Ooh, like y'all jumping in here quick. Um, but when it come down to it, I gotta go ahead and work it out. Stop playing with it. Me and my wife, we had this little challenge. Um, we ain't been eating sweets and no bread, but I don't think I can not eat meat. Like we starting off. I'm gonna start off slow, eat a little meat, and then get into it. But other than that, you know I'm actually multitasking. That's why I'm going back and forth over here. All right, let me go. We got PC Gardner. You got Swoop, Anna Marie in the building. All y'all. I forgot I'm a YouTuber, so I gotta tell y'all hit that like button. But when it comes down to it, man, it's crazy. Like all this weekend, just been eating light. Even last week, we started actually last week. I gotta cut down on my drinking a little bit. Now I don't switched over to my wine. But the crazy part is this: when it comes down to a lot of people, they try to lose weight without cutting and doing anything, and I'm like, how can you do that? Like you actually have to put in the work, like start cutting back what you eat. Mainly that bread. That's what's hitting a lot of us. The bread, sweets. So I've been cutting back on that stuff. Yeah, man. I gotta get into it, man. I gotta get Jay Jordan strong. I gotta get Jay Jordan strong. What's going on, Jay? But when it come down to it, hey, I got to get back in, working out. I ain't really hitting no gym like that. Like I said, my life is strenuous. I am running, too busy for a lot. So what's going on, Kay? Bronze? So I'm actually running. So I'll be sometimes be having time to, hit the gym. So it's little stuff. And plus now I'm gonna be my schedule hectic now because one of my old coaches from high school hit me up and he hurt his back. So I'm gonna be, you know, love to travel ways. What's going on? False lady, I just brought this up about you. Yeah, so my coach, he need help because he, had back surgery. So I'm gonna be up there helping him with them kids. So it's gonna be a conflict of interest in the morning because I gotta get up early. I gotta, push my route and then try to make it back in the city because all my routes are outside the city. So I got to make it back in the city by I think a certain time, and then go do practice with the kids. So I like coaching. You know, it does a lot. Plus, like I say, with this, it's keeping me in shape because as I'm going out here coaching and stuff with these kids, I'm giving them life lessons. Plus, I'm losing weight in the process. Cause wrestling with these little young kids, man, it's no joke. Like these ain't no these kids over here in reference to them other kids I mess with at another school, but I'm gonna get them a little rough. But at the same time, man, they want to beat up on coach. They feel as if like they smelling themselves, like like your father figure. That's I remember the first time I beat one of my coaches. All my other coaches, they used to give me the benefit of the doubt. They used to, let me, wrestle around a little bit, do a little move on him, pin him or something like that. Tamika was going on. But I had two, no, I had literally had two coaches. Two coaches, they would never let me win. They would always like beat the crap out of me. And the first time I ever pinned one, and the first time I put a good move on one, and they was like, "Dang, you earned that." I was like, "Man, why you don't never let me, what I'm saying, get a little move, make me a little feel good about myself?" My coach was like, "Hey, man, ain't no feelings over here. That's why I'm be talking about the guys with the feelings, cause I had men that was hard on me. They was like, "Hey, you don't get no feelings over here. You earn them feelings." So when it came down to it, when I beat them guys, I knew I was ready. It's like um where they say the student has become the teacher. When you beat the teacher, that means, hey, you ain't there yet, but you might be on your way. And so, I got to that approach to where I started saying, man, I'm getting pretty good at this. And so, I try to enlighten a lot of guys into, in sports, especially because you talking to those young guys when you know sports, and ladies, because there are some, what I'm saying, young ladies that wrestle too. And it's just the outlet for most of the time the girls, because they was grew up tough and they want to try it out. Most of the time they go out there try to be around the boys, and if they can't cut it, they end up being managers. Uh, helping the coach with the managing things. So it's cool, but back to what I was saying, getting up there with them, losing that weight, that's gonna be my workout. I'm already cutting out bread, and I always did this before. When I cut weight, I don't eat no bread, no sweets, and now I drink tea anyway. I think I probably drink a soda probably 4 or 5 times out of the month randomly. I'm talking about randomly. I don't really drink sodas like that. And even when I go to the restaurant to give me something to eat, I drink a water or tea, you know, lemonade probably something. Not really grabbing the sodas like that. And then when it comes down to it, I don't really, hit the tea that much unless I want some flavor, something like I say when I'm on the road. But other than that, I try to mainly stick to just the basics: drinking water, you know, getting my fruit in. Like today, I'm gonna end up going uh, before I get ready to. I mean, after I pull off, I'm gonna go to a grocery store, grab me some fruit, get me some fruit. I just bought all that fruit yesterday, and I ain't even bring none of it. And I just bought me a little new little blender cup to where I can actually blend over the road. It's like a little small cup. You plug it in USB, and you take the cup, has a small blender on top that blends up, and you just turn it upside down, turn it on, turn it upside down, and start the little smoothie process on blending stuff. And there you go. So I'm gonna do that while I'm riding on the road. And even with the chips, I be eating veggie chips. Sometimes I eat the what is it? The hydrogenated, killing on the word, uh, dried out vegetables, basically. And I eat that a lot, like green beans. What is them, yams, sweet potatoes? Man, that stuff is good. Like I eat that. And the biggest thing, like I always tell people, like veggie trays, man, I kill a veggie tray. And my wife, she'll just start making the veggie trays because I tell her if I don't have time, I just buy a veggie tray and she'll go ahead, make it all for me. Take the celery, cut them up, get the carrots, or I can get the baby carrots that are already cut up. But to a degree, you know, I eat a whole veggie tray riding down the road. Yeah, you got it. But I eat a whole veggie tray riding down the road. It ain't no problem for me. Like I be riding and man, that junk it's crazy. Like when it come down to it, the biggest thing with me is my portions and um actually working out. I do a lot of working. I don't sleep much, and that's a big thing. I got to get the recommended sleep for me when I drive. That's my biggest thing. But when I wasn't driving as much, oh man, the sleeping is like wasn't even there. OCD chick, what's going on? I ain't say your name, but when it come down to it, on the weekend, I'm moving. Yesterday I was working. Got off of work, did some running around, came home, got on the grill, and that's why I ate a lot of meat last night. I mean, today back to the usual. All that food I ate, I guarantee I might gonna eat some today, but after that, uh-oh, say my name. That's funny. Yeah, but after today, I might try to eat some. 'Cause I think we got like the steak left, and I know we eating fish. We not eating the like chicken and beef. We don't eat pork as it is, but chicken and beef. But when it come down to it, I'm gonna try to see if the kids, if they not going ahead and eating the meat, I'm gonna have to eat it, and basically, hopefully, I can get them to eat it. Cause these jokers, they will sit there and want to eat cereal, especially one of my sons. So I be trying to get them to eat leftovers. It's like when it come down to it, young, what's going on? A lot of times don't eat leftovers. I don't know what's going on with these kids nowadays. Leftovers was the best. But no, that's what my wife, like I told her last week, we got some chicken wings from Publix, and everybody like the Mardi Gras wings, but they don't want to eat them as leftovers. So I'm like, man, now I got to eat all this food in the refrigerator. I think that's a lot of times why I be, overdoing it too. Be trying to eat all the little leftovers. I made some I made some nachos the other day, and I got a little creative. I took some zucchini. No, was it zucchini? I took squash. Yeah, I took squash and onions, chopped them up with some bell peppers and spinach, and put it all, blend it all up with some seasoning, and then add some refried beans and some rice, um, chicken, and just made nachos like that. My wife said she didn't like the flavor because it was too much going on. Because I had the squash in there, that's all it was. She didn't like the squash, and so I liked it. I mean, it was just a lot of vegetables put together. Put my rice and my beans. I mixed it all together and ate it like that. She didn't like it, but I ended up killing it by Friday because I think I made it on Monday. Ended up killing it by Friday because nobody went eating it. And that was the thing. Never really liked to throw too much food away. That's why I always try to get my wife to Frugal Mama jumped in here. I ain't even catch her. Oh, there she go up there. But that's why I always try to, limit myself and tell my wife about cooking so much food because if nobody's eating it, then what's going on with it? You know, how are we gonna, be able to keep things going, in the house when all the food nobody's eating, I have to come back and eat it. Hey, it's gonna get thrown away. You know, like I said, sorry about this. I'm multitasking, but basically just talking about food and health. Eating right, working out. I was sitting here talking to boss lady Denise yesterday on a live back and forth, and we were talking about just doing some little things where we can work out on the weekend or something. I'm gonna try to get into that. And like I was telling you, um, Frugal Mama, yeah, buy something from if you're gonna build a box. I know you say you was thinking about getting a metal one, and my thing is if you're gonna get that saw or something, buy it used. Even if you buy it from a pawn shop, to the degree pawn shop it works, and that's a little more safer than meeting somebody out and just comparing the prices. That's the thing. Because if you buy something and you're not really using it as much, then you don't really have to buy it new. But if you know something you're gonna use and you want the durability of it and make sure if anything goes wrong, you can take it back. You know, hey, pawn shops are great for that. Um, you spending your money on something you know, and then like even with that saw, getting a think a circular saw might be a good idea because all you doing is cutting that wood one time. The table saw, that's a kind of overkill. You know, the circular saw, you just set it down. Either have some horses, or most people what they do is they take another piece of wood, put it down towards the curve, one side up, the other side going down, and you cut it like that. Prime example, YouTube got plenty of videos showing you how to do it. I would look at a lot of YouTube videos before you take that approach to see what you want to do because technically it is a little work, but it's not as bad. The point of reference, hey, if you want to put in that work, hey, you're gonna get them results. And then, like you said, it's gonna be an experiment for you too. And it's gonna be something that you can say that, hey, that's what I did. You know, even my flower beds that I got, the boxes I had, one of my coworkers, he actually got some wood from one of the stops that he go to, and he gave it to me, and it already had metal brackets on the end. So all I had to do was just fold them out, pin them to the ground, and then that was it for me. But I had already had the 2x4s, which I was gonna build anyway, like little small planter boxes, and just go from there. But like I said, you know, those tools, if you don't want to buy them new, buy them from a pawn shop, offer up, Facebook Market. You know, even with I think with the circular sauce on one of those, you can get those battery powered. They come with the battery. They'll show you right then and there. I mean, the cord ones, it's kind of cool, but you know, you kind of at a disadvantage because you don't know if they work or not. But like I say, the ones that you get with the battery powered and it comes with the charger and stuff, you can see right then and there. Just turn it on, it'll spin. You know, if you got a little piece of wood or something, you can cut it like that. But if that blade spins, 9 times out of 10, it works. You know, like I said, the best option if you don't want to meet up with strangers or get it from a pawn shop. You know, they have like old tools. Sometimes they have the tools. They just want it gone. They'll be like, man, it's cheap. We selling it for $50. Nothing's wrong with it. They just had it on, you know, in their display for so long. They just want it gone. You know, and that's another alternative. You know, if you like me, most of the time when I be doing my little handyman work, that's what I do. I go and just buy something cheap just to be buying it. And, you know, if I break it, so what? I paid $15 for it. I remember one time, um, it was funny. I bought a car for $500, and I bought it from the guy at night, and he was just kept rushing me. I'm like, hey man, let me check the car out. So the inside light didn't work. I ain't take no mind to it. I was looking at the car all around, looks good. And before I knew all this stuff about cars, you know, real good now, the guy took the check engine light, knocked it off. I put the reader on there, didn't get nothing come up on it. I had a little cheap reader. If I had the advanced reader that I have now, it would have just automatically pulled up the code even though he erased it. But I had this little cheap reader, got home, man, don't you know, the car looked like the steering wheel. It didn't come out, but the airbag was kind of cut in the front, like it was gonna come out any given time. And I ended up driving that car for like a month and a half. The funny part, I ain't even registered the car. I drove the car for a month and a half and ended up just junking the car because the transmission had something wrong with it and a solenoid or something in the transmission. But I drove for a month and a half. My wife was like, "Oh, we got ripped off." Oh, and I'm like, just chill. I'm like, we paid $500 for a rental car. That's all we did. And when she thought about it, I say, and the rental car would have been more money, you know, because it was crazy. Like both of our cars were down, and Liz B jumped in. Okay, there she go. Yeah, both our cars were down, and that's what we ended up doing. But other than that, I mean, it's crazy. I'm going all over the place. I'm supposed to be talking about working out, getting healthy, and all this, and I'm going into all these other stuff. Story time, story time, story time. But yeah, when it come down to it though, I mean, like I said, working out, that's this my goal this week to work out, get myself a little better, you know, been stay away from sweets like that. Like I say, sweets not a big thing for me. I can go ahead and, not eat no cakes and stuff like that and I'm good. That's the biggest thing with a lot of people is them sweets and that bread. Oh, it's no problem for me. Like I was teasing my wife the other day, we were just talking about it. And, not eating bread, a lot of people, man, a lot of people when they be trying to not to eat bread, it's hard for them. Cause like I was telling my wife, I was joking with her. I was like, man, I can't eat nothing. I was like, man, I want a sandwich right now. I can't even eat a sandwich because I can't eat bread. I can't eat nothing. But joking around, playing around, did want a sandwich, but at the same time, it didn't bother me. Cause like I said, it's not a it's not a big deal with me. Hey, if I eat it, I eat it. If I don't, I don't. And that be mainly the thing with a lot of people sitting there like that. Like they'll sit there and get mad at the results of, not being able to do what they want to do. But like I keep saying, and it comes down to it, yeah, that bread is good, but man, it hits you so hard. And that sugar in that bread be like, man, it's like overkill. And a lot of times that's the main thing that people always going through when they eating that bread, overkill. That's why I don't see how Jared lost all that weight eating them sandwiches. He was eating sandwiches after sandwiches after sandwiches. And I'm like, man, if I do that every single day, man, getting a veggie, I used to do that, try to do the Jared thing with the veggie sub all out and stuff like that. I'm like, man, this not gonna work. Like me doing a veggie sub all the time. Then I went from eating to going into this turkey. Then started noticing, man, that turkey got too much salt and like, man, what I'm gonna do? But then when I went to Publix and got the Publix, sub, I be killing the Publix sub. I go in there now. It's these old ladies up here by my job. They always be talking to me. How's your diet doing? Okay. He's like, how you? She be like, they be asking me, how your diet doing? I'm like, I'm good. They was like, how much you losing? Cause right now I went from yeah, loving that sugar. That's what gets you. And that be the thing, in that coffee and everything, and man, all those sweeteners, that stuff add up, you know. Yeah, but they always ask me how my diet is and how much I lost. It was crazy. Like when I went to get my DOT physical, I was 275. And a lot of people who met me in person, they be looking at me and they be like, man, ain't no way you 275. Like a couple of my coworkers, I told them I was 275. They was like, man, bull crap. I'm like, yeah, I just got my physical. I'm 275. They be like, man, you don't even look 275. Hey, I'm 275. But then as me, kind of cutting back on stuff, I'm back down to what is it, 258, and that's just with me cutting back on my portions, trying not to eat late. Kay said it up here early in the chat about eating past 7. Man, I always 10 out of 10 eat past 7. Like I try to cut off at least by 9 because sometimes I might eat late. My wife either she cook a little late or she get dinner started late, and so 9 times out of 10 I'm eating by 9. You know, and soon as my kids, soon as they eat, they already off the bed because it might be late for them. But at the same time, like I'm saying, like just eating late, that's an occurring thing that we always doing, you know. And so basically when it comes down to it, I be telling, My wife all the time be like, man, we gotta get this thing in line. Can't be sitting here eating so late all the time. Get early like yesterday. I grilled a little late and I was like, man, it's time is catching up. And eating that sugar, it ain't helping, you know. Yeah. A lot of people have been cutting back, putting that sugar in their coffee. I mean, not good. Um, putting honey in there, putting what's that, guava, um, a substitute for sugar. I mean, every now and then, cause like with me, I drink them. What are those things? Those little canned coffees like Dunkin' be having and Starbucks. But I be drinking them little canned coffees like that. But when it comes down to it, I might fool around and do the iced coffee, three cream, three sugar. That's it. And I do it large and mainly be a lot of coffee. I don't do too much of the sweeteners, and plus, man, them things be costing too much for nothing. I'm like, man, I'm not paying all that money. Yeah, I heard about that monk fruit. Yeah, I heard people been talking about that as well. I was like, man, I'm not paying all that money for no doggone coffee like that. $6 and then Starbucks. My daughter be taking my boys to Starbucks and they come to me. They know I ain't about that life. I ain't about that Starbucks life. You come to me talking about a $15 coffee or something. Nah, I'm good. I don't even go buy nothing out of Starbucks like that. I told my boys, I was like, y'all better keep up with your sister with that, cause I don't even spend that much on mine. What you make, I'm gonna spend that on yours like that. Like these kids, man, they'll waste your money dealing with that food like that. A lot of these kids, man, they just be eating to be eating. They don't care. And then, when you young, you was like that too. Metabolism, so you just eat whatever you want, don't care. They ain't got no care in the world. I remember my metabolism started slowing down. I think I was probably about 31, and I started gaining weight real quick. And then I flatted out at like 220, and for like I think a year and a half, almost 2 years, I stayed at 220. Then I kind of eased up a little bit, and just like a little gradual ease. And no, that's when I started thinking, I'm like, man, how these people get big and don't know? And it gets to that point. Like before you know it, you wake up, you just already got big. And what are you gonna do about it? And a lot of times people work out, it helps a little bit, but you go back into that slump when you start losing the weight, you know. But it's good that we have a community of people start working with each other to hold each other accountable. Cause I mean, man, yeah, I'm thinking about that mushroom coffee, but it gets to a point where when you start having people working with you and they losing weight, you losing weight, y'all have a community. It helps because you start pushing each other, start holding each other accountable. Did you walk today? Did you do this today? That's why I be hitting underrated, talking to him like, man, underrated darkness. I be talking with him. He had a little health scare, and I told him, I said, hey, man, you need to get back to your normal nature because you ain't doing your walk videos no more. You know, that JT out and about, I don't see that. Same thing with me. I was like, I got to push myself accountable. I got Gold P, he hit me up telling me, hey, brother, you know, you got to be there for them boys. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And that's one of the challenges. And as I say, like my back hurt because I kind of injured my back in the day. But other than that, like my knees, getting that weight off, it does a lot for your body. You know, carrying that weight. I know one of my friends, his wife, she's older. She has to get a hip replacement. She can't get a hip replacement until she lose some weight. So it's like weight plays a vital part, and a lot of times we don't even think about it. Plays a vital part in our life. You know, being able to do certain things. A lot of people who are pre-diabetic and stuff like that. If you're able to cut down on some of this processed food, start eating a little better. Like I've been doing these studies about Dr. CB, what's the young guy, Dr. CB's son, but then they have another guy called Yaki Awaken. Yaki Awaken, he talks about how you can just eat melons, and they always talk about how bad fruit is and it messes you up. Just eating the melons will reverse a lot of that stuff. You know, yeah. I mean, it it helps with a lot of times. Just doing the simple things. Like I got chair exercises for my wife. I be sending her little small videos, and we both work out together. You know, because like I told my wife, I said if I'm not here, you just gonna stop working out. I say you got to work out for yourself, even when I'm working out with you or not. You know, I say because you got to do this for you. You got to do this for you. If you're not working out, you got to hold yourself accountable. That's the thing about holding yourself accountable, and that's another part about being selfish. You got to do something for you. That nine laws be hidden, it go into everything. But you got to do stuff for you. And a lot of people, we look at, man, somebody help me. No, 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 because if you don't work out and something happened to you, who who you got to blame? Yourself. You didn't take that accountability for yourself. It's good to have people that can push you, but sometimes you got to push yourself. Make notes. My wife, she done got to the point where she has reminders on her phone. Her phone is steady going off about working out, about walking, about doing things. Praying. Reminder that alarm goes off. Cooking. I'm like, why you got so many alarms? She was like, man, cause I'm so used to touching my phone now. So instead of me, touching my phone to get on social media, or if I'm on social media, I'm gonna get my phone to do this or get my phone to do that. I'm like, yeah, that's smart. Cause she plays this word game now, like a word puzzle, where she tries to do that more than stay on social media. Occupy her time instead of being on Facebook trying to, build her brain. Same thing with, a lot of times going on, Alonzo. A lot of times we be on social media so much, and I look at Instagram a lot for the information, and YouTube to kind of talk with people, help them build their pages up, and to kind of socialize and good conversation. You know, a lot of times a lot of entertainment on here, and like I say, that's why I try to push a different balance on my channel because you know I was over there listening to the breakdown. A lot of people might not be familiar with that space over there within the ministry, the breakdown woman's perspective, and they were talking about this red pill stuff and having a conversation about it, and underrated. Speaking of you, I just said your name earlier, but it was a pretty good conversation because it kind of took the mindset of where do we go from here. You know, after men and women have they different challenges and ordeals, where do we go from here? And so a lot of times people are not noticing that we sit here and keep going through these same situations, same scenarios, because we bringing the stuff on ourselves. You know, we putting ourselves in a situation, so it kind of hurts us by not having a process of growth. Just like I was telling Spawn the programmer yesterday when I was on his panel, when it come down to it, a lot of times, man, we have these situations to where when people grow, they mindset change. I said picture a guy who's with a woman only for her looks and sex. When he gets older and looks diminish with her, it's not even just with her looks, it's with his mindset to where he gonna say, man, I've been having sex with this fine woman for so long, but I want more from her than just sex and looks. Same thing with a woman. She goes with a man and deals with a man for his resources, his money, and it's gonna be a point to where she's gonna say, "Man, I make money and I'm doing good." Not that she's on some independent, I don't need no man, but she's like, "I make money too. I provide for myself. I done got to a point where I don't really need this man for his money no more. I want him into a established relationship that we can grow together." But he just looks at this monetary thing where he gives me money, shuts me up, push me on my way. People change over time. And so that's the biggest thing. A lot of times when people change, they don't have that same mindset, you know? And that was like a lot of stuff I was talking to this young guy, getting him an understanding to where, like when me and Lonzo was talking to him, Lonzo was like, he met his wife 2 hours away from him. Just like I told him, I didn't have to go to Jamaica to meet my wife. My wife was in America, you know? I didn't have to go do the passport thing and fly out, and like, my wife was already here. And it comes down a lot of times, man, when we have these different conversations, the mindset, like who who is teaching you things? Who are you learning from? You know, even to the point of aspect of what I was talking about working out earlier. Like who's motivating you to get up and go do something? You know, a lot of people have these what is it called? Dream boards, the women, and they have all these women, Beyonce, Kelly, and Rihanna. Oh, I'm inspired to be this, look like this. I'm inspired. Anything that gets you motivated and going, I'm all for it. You know, same thing. I apply that to my kids. You know, when they say they like something, my son like Tesla. He wants to own a Tesla dealership when he was young. I don't know, his dreams might be changing by now, but I went and bought this guy so many Tesla cars. I bought him a Tesla shirt. And then his brother now works at Tesla and he's into these mentoring programs to change his career, what he's doing there. And, his brother's so excited about it. He gets the Teslas and, drive them around in them. Like, I think he had got him the Model X and took him, drove him around, opened the doors. And man, my son was so blown about it, and like he was so excited. You know, all the Teslas he showed, took him to the dealership, walked him around, let him get in the cars and stuff. And my boys like to the age of 12. I got twin boys. I know he was ready to jump in one. I was like, "Oh, your horses, son. You need your license." I don't want your brother getting in, a situation where you drive his car and get into an accident. I'm like, nah. Like all these driving car games is fun, but this is real life, you know. But the whole thing is like that mentorship, man. You know, I hear so many men and women talk about how they didn't have their father or a good mother in their life. You grown now. You gotta work it out. You know, you gotta literally get your life together. And when I'm talking about getting your life together, you can't say, man, my mama wasn't there for me. I didn't have my daddy in my life. You had uncles and stuff you can count on. You could talk to those guys. If those guys weren't good, you had coaches, some male that was a good role model that you can talk up to. Every man in the family wasn't bad. Every woman in the family wasn't bad. You know, have somebody you could talk to. Relate. I hang with a lot of older guys. I got my young crew and my old crew. My young crew is mainly the guys I went to school with. I don't talk to them as much because, all of us are grown, got families. We conduct business sometime with each other for the most part. I got one dude that I talk to damn near every other week because we got business with each other. You know, we got a situation we work with different, business, and don't really want to say online right now, but pretty much we do a lot of business and a lot of money transactions and work with each other. And it's mainly predicated like it started off, we're cool friends. I've been knowing this dude since high school, wrestle with him and everything. And when he started conducting business, he seen how I move He wanted to bring me along for the business, and we've always kept, the business relationship and the friend side, try to keep it separate because business get hectic. We almost kind of, broke our friendship over a business deal. And so now we got to a point to where we kind of keep it separate because, business is business, but the friendship, man, good friends, they hard to come by. Good friends are hard to come by. You know, even when it being said with the older guys I deal with, they give me a lot of game. They done been through so many things in life and scenarios. They kind of push me forth in the right direction to help me out, make wise decisions. You know, like I said, I got married at 25 because my cousin, with him, he was basically saying, man, look, if you find a good woman, that 10 years and 8 years of stuff, hold on right quick. What's going on, Fifi? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I'm about to get ready to jump off here anyway. No, one of my coworkers hollered at me. But yeah, man, it's motivation. We gotta change our ways. We gotta do better for ourselves. Like I said, this health is your wealth is the first start. Working out. And Lonzo, I'm gonna stay. If you here, you still in here? I'm gonna get on you, man. You gotta take care of yourself, dog. I already told you. If anything, you gotta outlive me because you gotta sit here and work with my kids, man. If get their life insurance and get it good, you know. Okay, you going on later? All right, I'll be over there. Underrated. Yeah, man. But we got to get our life together because we can't use the excuse about what our parents did and messed us up. We got to do better. I was on what's his name? Can't stop walking and mowing and trucking and everything else. He can't stop doing it all. But at the same time, he was having a conversation and talking about how life is. Uh oh, pew 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 pew, shiny pew pew. Yeah, Alonzo, you got to. Hey, keep your health, man. Hey, be on it. Be on top of it. Eating right. I just went to the health food store this weekend and got some Miracle 2000. That has is liquid vitamins, and I take this. It just costs so much. Like now it's up to like $42 a bottle, and it's a 30-day. But I'm like, man, it costs so much. It's better for you, far as the yeah, pew 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 pew. What's going on, game show? Game show in the building, in the building. What's going on with you? Yeah, man. But when it comes down to it, like I'm back on them vitamins, man. I like Shannon Ross. Shannon told everybody on the panel, all the men, he's like, when it come down women too, they come on there. He always say, if you're past 30, you should be taking some type of multivitamin because we're not getting the proper vitamins through us eating this food. So we should have some type of multivitamin that we're getting and suiting us, you know, keeping us better. We're not getting it through the food. We're not eating right. You know, a lot of people don't even eat fruit, let alone Jay Jordan. I know he in here. Don't even eat vegetables. But man, you got to stay on it. Like vegetables, that's why I was saying, like, listening to a lot of those, holistic guys, and they talk about the different breakdowns and stuff. Like, your body, we gotta do better. Pops going on. We literally gotta do better. A lot of us are not eating properly. We're not even taking vitamins. A lot of when we were little, we were taking Flintstone vitamins and all this other stuff with them dyes was reckless on us. And our parents didn't know. That was the thing that they promoted. The Flintstone vitamins, all that other stuff. Man, I was looking at, you can't even use tissue no more. They got dyes in tissue. The water is so hard for your skin. That's why it dries it up. Like, man, if we look at it, everything around us is killing us. Not just animals, not people, like the products that we use. If you look up so many different products, it's bad and harmful for us, but we don't know. We steady. And Shani, you're right. The research about, a lot of us eating McDonald's and stuff. Like I said, I ain't ate McDonald's in so long. I drank a what is it, mango smoothie the other day. I ain't even like the taste. It was nasty. I told my wife, I was like, "Why you liked it?" She like, "It has a little flavor to it." It's good." I'm like, "Man, this tastes nothing like mango." I'm like, "I will pay $10 for you to go to Smoothie King and get one. It's better." Or how about we just make it at home? That's even way better, you know. Because a lot of times, man, man, what we be putting in our body is killing us so bad. It's like killing us slow. We don't even know, you know. Eating those donuts, all that stuff. That's how the weight comes on. Weight comes on real quick by eating those sweets, eating that bread, eating that sweet bread. Man, them potato bread, that doggone was it nature's own honey, honey bread, all that stuff good. Man, killing, killing, killing. Yeah, even like with them waffle fries from Chick-fil-A is so good. I remember I started only eating Burger King fries because Burger King fries taste like actual potatoes, and they would always promote eating. They cut Idaho potatoes, but then it got to a point with that grease, man. It was like I said, everything was going crazy. See, hey, leave the cracked donuts. See, if you like donuts, what's that thing that my kids eat? I've never tasted that. I've never tasted crumble cake, crumble cookies. I think it's called. I've never tasted. I don't plan on tasting it. One cookie costs like $5 to $8. No, I'm not doing it. And my wife was saying this how they get you. They don't sell. I think they sell by the cookie, but they mainly try to advertise you buying a box with so many cookies. I think my son bought like 3 cookies the other day, and man, they looked so good. I'm like, y'all do this to me right when I said I'm not even gonna eat sweets. It was funny because my wife, she didn't eat none. When we went out to eat at the restaurant this weekend, they had pecan pie. My wife say the first time she ate pecan pie in the South, she been hooked on pecan pie for the longest. She always eat what was it, apple pie and ice cream and all that. But when she got hooked on that pecan pie, man, she was hooked, hooked, hooked. See, you be talking about them donuts now. They got Krispy Kreme down here. They sell red velvet donuts and stuff. They cool, but I'm telling you, that crumble cookie, everybody talks about it so bad. I don't even want it because I know I'm gonna get hooked. Like back in the day, I used to hit sweet so bad, and I already know if I get used to this crumble cookie and how good it tastes, I'm probably gonna be there like every weekend with the boys because it's just gonna be like this gonna be our thing where we go eat crumble cookie and we gonna be doing. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Swoop trying to stop trying to get everybody to come over there. Then they're gonna be messing with you on Saturday. On your Saturday, y'all stay off of Swoop channel on Saturday. Y'all can go any day but Saturday. Any day but Saturday. Any day but Saturday. That's what I'm letting you know. But yeah, man, I'm about to get off of here. But like I say, take everybody need to be taking vitamins. I mean, in the words of old boy, a lot of us pass 40 shorty. So we need to be taking vitamins. Except young Riaz in the building. I know he a youngster. But at the same time, we need to be taking these multivitamins. We need to be taking care of ourselves. You know, we really, 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 really need to be taking care of ourselves. Yeah, you ain't said nothing now, so even your Thursday, your your Thursdays, your Wednesdays and Thursday streams be live. I'm like, man, if it ain't Saturday, hey, you be having to put people in the box. You be having to put people in the box. But yeah, we need to start back taking care of ourselves. Eating vegetables, right? Eating fruit. Like I told you, when I leave my job, grab my truck, I'm about to go to the grocery store, grab me some fruit, and I'm about to, get my watermelon, get my little veggie tray. Even with my cucumbers, I like the baby cucumbers. I buy them. I got Ziploc bags where I wash them in the Ziploc bag, keep rinsing them with water. Then I eat them like that because I ain't got no bowl. So, but I got my little Ziploc bags where I take my little cucumbers and do that. My fruits and stuff. If it's like grapes, if I buy it, I shake it up in the bag, rinse it, and keep rinsing. Cause I ain't got no bowl, I ain't got no sink. I ain't trying to go in the bathroom in there and wash it out. Cause man, if y'all see some of them bathrooms in them public places, sometimes I don't even like washing my hands in there. That's how nasty it is. But shout out to everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I always say? We here and we gone. Oh, broke just dropped something. I'll let you.